Welcome back to SwiftCat. In this video tutorial, I am going to show you how we can use protocol delegate into our native iOS app. So what do you mean by protocol delegate? It's actually the method which is used to communicate between two view controllers into our iOS app. So at the end of the tutorial, what I'm going to show is, so this is my iOS view controller screen. Here is having a search button and a submit button. Actually, at the install stage, this submit button is disabled, so I'm clicking this search button. So there are a list of few city names, so I'm going to select one of the city. So suppose if I am selecting Waterford, so that cities get displayed into this label over here, and the button over here at the bottom get enabled, and we can click the button as well. So there are some method we can use, like a protocol delegate method, in order to communicate between two view controllers. That's what I'm going to show in this video tutorial. For that, who are viewing this video, I suggest to go through the description. I have a link to download the initial stage. Actually, I have given the description. In the description, I have given this link in order to download a startup project. So as soon as when you click into this clone or download area, you can hear a button here for download zip file. You can download the file, and when you download the file, you can see I have the file already. So that's a protocol delegate method. After you download, you can see two files which is named protocol delegate completed, protocol delegate start. So I suggest to go for this one, protocol delegate start project, and click the Xcode project, and we will start the project from here. The completed source code is it's a completed actually, and first of all I will leave in all the stuff, and I'm going to open this file. So the URL for this source code I have given in the description. Just click it over there and download the file and start with the protocol delegate start project, Xcode project I mean. So as soon as you can see, when you open the file, you can see a few stuffs like let's go to the main.storyboard, and I will go through what I have initially done for you, and we will start the project from here actually. So this is my view controller, and from view controller, let's make a little more space. Okay, so this is my view controller, and I have here search button and a submit button, and I have kept here a label as well. Here there's a city label. You can see here as this is the label which is named as city text label, and this is the submit button. Actually I have given the outlet for this, and this is the search button. You can see, as you can see, this is that search button is going to the next view control actually. And in my second VZ, I'm having like a view controller, and I'm listing few array of city names, and it's having a back button to to go back, and that's all I have. And first of all, if I run this project, simply go and run for the project, and we will see what we have and what we are going to make. So in the install stage of your downloaded project, and in the protocol start project, so you can see here a search button and a submit button. When you click, it's enabled actually, it get functioned. And if I go and select the search city button, I can see few city listed here. If I select any of them, it will return back, and it's not showing nothing else actually. So what we are going to do in this method by using the protocol method is, we need to make communication between these two view controllers, and we will call the functions and buttons by using this protocol method. So first of all, I hope everyone have downloaded the startup project as I have mentioned from the link, and you have started the project protocol delegate startup project. I mean, this is the one which I mean, protocol start. When you download the file, you can see like this: protocol delegate completed and protocol delegate start, and need to open this protocol delegate start project actually. So that's the thing. So I have gone to the view controller. So what I'm going to do is actually, as I have mentioned, there are two buttons for a submit button and a search city button. So initially I need to hide the I mean to disable this submit button. So what I'm going to do here is in my viewdid load, I'm going to type here self dot submit button dot is enabled is equal to false, and self dot shall we change some color for the submit button as well. So I'm going to type it here for background colors to set when it is not enabled is let background color equal to UI color dot light gray color. Okay, so my submit button will get disabled, and the background is changed in order to make the protocol delegate method active actually. So first is first, I'm going to type it here under my class view controller. So what I'm going to type is protocol data delegate, and I'm going to write here a function actually. It's send data, and I need to call a string inside this. So let's say something like city array, and that's a string I need to call, and that's a function I need to call in this protocol delegate method. Can be used as it, and yeah, sorry for that. We need to call this in under this. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is under my view controller, I'm going to call this protocol delegate method. Suppose if I'm using this protocol in some other file like a third or fourth view controller, you can call according to that. And thing is, I am going to write here a function for this protocol delegate method and how to use this actually. So let's write func send data of city array string, city array, and it's a data actually, and it's a string, and we're going to write is if data is available. What I mean is data is available or no. It's a string actually, and let's say self dot city text dot is equal to data. That's the data which we are getting from the previous section. And what I'm going to write is self dot the submit button I'm going to enable after this text is received from the next view control actually. So submit button dot is enabled is equal to true, and self dot submit button dot, I'm going to change the background color from light gray to something like a blue color. So UI color dot blue color, and yeah, that's the thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to my next view controller, sorry, I'm going to my second VC. Actually, it's a in this view controller. You can see I have made already a table view delegate. I'm listing out the few city names actually in my second VC V controller. These are few city names. I call it as an array and as a string as well. So I'm listing out these city names in my second view controller with the table view actually. So I'm going to write it here something declare a delegate method in my second VC. So what I'm going to write is var say it like a delegate as data delegate, and this is a delegate which I need to communicate. I need to pass the data in my second VC. Sorry, from the second VC to my main view controller. So this is the button to the search VC. So while it going, I'm going to type it as VC dot delegate. That's a delegate method. Gate is equal to self. Okay, this VC is actually the V controller in the second V controller, and these delegate data are communicated through this method actually. So I have here, as in my table view, I have here like a number of cities rows, like city array, and the cell for row, everything I have written prior. And as soon as when the cell did select, actually I mean in the function when I call for a did select in order to select the, while suppose like this is the cities I have here. So when the user gets select any of the city, I need to return back to my previous view controller. I need to show this city in my main view controller, and the button get enabled for the submit. That's the thing actually we're doing here. So in my this did select method, so I have here cities listed. So initially I have done that current cell is equal to table view dot cell for row. That's a cell in order to find out which cell the user is printing. That's why I use that. So let's say print current cell dot city names dot text. Okay, I will make here a breakpoint, and I will just run and see what we have right now. So I'm running the project. It's launching. Yeah. Okay, so first of all what we did in my V controller is, we will go to my V controller. First what we did is, we just in my widget load we have written that this submit button we just disabled and made the background color as a light gray. So if I click here it won't work. And the next thing what I did is, we're going to search city. That's my second view controller. So in second view controller what we have done is, we made a var delegate and call this method. And in my func did select row, so I need to call the current cell city name. So suppose I will have made here breakpoint in order to find what we have done yet. So suppose if I am selecting the city like Dublin, okay, so that's a breakpoint over here, and we will check whether city name get displayed or not. So okay, that's right, we have selected the city and the city name got displayed. Okay, that's it, and we will go. Okay, it returned back to the previous main view control, I mean, and the button, and the city is not displayed yet. So in order to do that, in order to complete the project, what I'm going to remove that breakpoint, and I'm going to write it again in order to call this city in my main view controller, I'm going to type self dot onto self dot delegate dot send data and the city name. Send data, this having a city array, and in that array what I'm going to write is current cell dot city name slash dot text. So as this function where I'm writing is, it's in the table view did selection row did select row at index. So I'm selecting the present view controller's name, I mean the cells or the city name, and I just print it over here, and I'm going to pass this data into my previous view controller and display. So let's stop it and we will run it again and we will check what we have gone through. It's running. Yes, you can see that submit button is disabled, and I'm going to click the button for the search city. So I have clicked the search city button. I'm going to select the city as Waterford. So I'm selecting Waterford, and as you can see I have printed, I mean labeled the city name in my main view controller, and the submit button got enabled. If I click, it will work now. That's it. So these are few things, and by the use of protocol delegate method, and you can at any point you may have to use this protocol delegate method. The main thing is what I made this video is instead of you using user default or some other method in order to call, suppose like a bool function or a user default function we use in order to transfer the data from one view controller to another view controller. So this is another way, it's the best and easy way, and this is the most proficient way in order to make transfer data between view controllers. That's protocol delegate method. So by this protocol delegate method we will be able to communicate between the view controllers, with send data between view controllers. We can even enable the switches between the view controllers by using this protocol delegate method. So I hope you could understand the video, and I have the complete source code in my GitHub as well, so you can download it and go through this. Again, thanks for watching this video tutorial. That's all. See you then. Bye.